If I'm being upfront and honest, listen, this video is not for that guy coming here on a 2-week bender looking to bang as many bar girls as he possibly can so we can brag about it to the boys back home. No, this video is for that guy that has the fantasy of coming to Thailand and falling in love with someone. Or should I say, having someone fall in love with him. Listen, if you're that guy, if you're the hopeless romantic, this is the video you need to watch. If you're the dude coming here to bang bar girls, hey, listen, grab a Leo, kick back, watch it. It helps with the algorithm. Why, hello there, and welcome back to not only surviving, but thriving, the absolute cesspool of a dating scene here in Thailand with me, your crazy kooky host. Yes, it is the only one that doesn't sugarcoat everything. It is Dr. Mark Sabian explaining to you today why it's so hard to find love here in Thailand. Listen, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of men come here every single year looking for love, hoping to find true, honest love. And I'm just going to tell you point blank, guys, it's next to impossible here. It really is. And here are the 5 reasons why. And the number one reason is going to shock the absolute out of you. And it's not what you're thinking. Not at all. Let's just jump in. I will admit I did not do a whole lot of statistical research on this video. I did some research. Yeah, that's what I did. Anyways, let's jump right in with number 1 on the list, but definitely the least important of these 5. Now, I know this is going to come to a shock to a lot of people, especially coming from Thailand's happiest hobo, but believe it or not, money is the least important thing when it comes to finding love here in Thailand. I realize, yes, it's number 1 on the list, but let's be honest, these lists, they're always countdowns. And if I just told you right off the bat what number 1 was, who the hell would stick around? Please do, because again, it does help the algorithm. By the way, listen, if you're not subscribed, could you hit these, it's in one of these corners, could you please hit subscribe? Anyways, yeah, believe it or not, listen, money is not that important. However, I will say this much, if you don't have any money, the rest of this video is going to be a lot like learning trigonometry, okay? It's going to take a lot of effort. Most likely, there's going to be copious amounts of booze involved. And at the end of the day, it's going to be completely useless to you in the future. So if you don't have any money, I'm not going to say don't watch because, again, it helps with the algorithm, but you're not going to find love here in Thailand. Sorry, not going to happen. Now, one good thing about money is this. Everything in Thailand is for sale. I know that that sounds absolutely terrible and misogynistic. It's brutal. It could be borderline sex traffic. Every single thing in Thailand is for sale. Now, I will say this much. You're going to need money, and it's going to help because it doesn't matter if you're dating a bar girl, a massage girl, a freelancer. A regular, everyday, hardworking Thai lady is going to expect some type of financial support from you. Now, I'm going to be doing a crazy series, guys, about my friend Mike and his girlfriend Mooksy. This series is going to blow your minds. I'm going to tell you something. You will not believe it. In the beginning, you're going to hate Mooksy. Halfway through the series, you're going to hate Mike. And at the end of it, you're going to go, what the? Are you serious? I will be doing a video, hopefully this weekend, about the cost of having an actual, real, authentic Thai girlfriend who is not a professional. And it will blow your minds, okay? It truly will. So stick around for that one. But today it's all about why money is not important. And again, it's because everything here is for sale. So if you have some money, you'll find somebody for sure. But keep this in mind. There's always someone who has more money than you do. And I'm going to tell you point blank, a lot of these girls, I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying a lot of them will leave you like that for someone who they think has more money than you or who will spend more money on her than you will. Any guy that says that they're not giving their Thai girlfriend some type of support is absolutely full of shit. Remember that. Every single person is giving some type of financial support. Is it the most important? barrier to you to finding love here? No, because again, quite honestly, everything is for sale. So don't worry about the money aspect, unless of course you don't have any, then just don't even bother coming. Keep watching, just don't bother coming. Now, I know guys that could go their entire lives without ever speaking to their wife at all. Believe me, I fully understand this dilemma. However, at some point, you're going to want to talk to your girlfriend, your potential spouse. And I'm going to tell you something. The language barrier issue is real, and it is going to be a major factor in why you cannot find love here in Thailand. And here's why. It might not be completely what you're thinking, but if you listen, and I think you'll realize that this is going to be a major problem for a lot of guys who are honestly looking for love. Again, if you're a guy coming here to bang bar girls, who gives a shit if she can speak a word of English? However, if you're looking for a partner, at some point, again, you're going to want to talk to them, okay? I fully get it. In the beginning, you're excited, you're attracted to them, and who really cares what they're saying? At some point, you're going to want to talk to them. You're going to need to explain something to them. You're going to want to have a conversation. And I'm going to point blank tell you, okay? If you find someone who can't speak English and you're constantly using Google Translate or you're using a handheld translation device, it's frustrating because they can't understand your body language. They don't get the meanings behind certain things. And communication is really a major, major stumbling block to finding love here in Thailand. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, go find someone who speaks perfect English. And again, I'm not stereotyping, I'm not generalizing, and I'm certainly not shaming these girls when I say this, but listen to me very carefully. If you meet a girl who is not a highly educated girl with several degrees or stuff like this, who speaks unbelievably fluent English, most likely the reason for that is she has been with a shit ton of Farangs and foreigners. That is just the truth. She has been in relationship after relationship with foreigners. She's worked in bars where English was very important. She's communicated. Again, I'm not stereotyping everyone. I'm just being honest about the girls that the guys that are coming here are meeting. Again, most guys that are coming here are not meeting doctors and lawyers and professional women. They're just not, because for the most part, they're not looking for Farang boyfriends unless they are incredibly high value men. And let's just be honest about it, okay? A girl who you're typically going to meet that is willing to get into or start a transactional relationship with an older guy because they want to be okay in life, they want to be supported, most likely if she can speak English enough that you guys can communicate, she's been with a lot of guys. I'm just telling you, point up by guys, that's just, it's true. Ask anybody that's been here, ask the girls, they'll lie to you and say, oh, I've never had a Farang boyfriend. But they know all of our slang, they know this, they know that. Communication, guys, I'll be honest with you, I'm talking to a lot of different people, young guys, old guys, and they're all telling me the same thing, that it's so hard to have a conversation. And if you can't have a conversation with someone, you will start getting incredibly frustrated if you need to have an important conversation. And it really does. It makes it hard to have any type of loving back and forth with someone if you can't talk. I mean, look at how many marriages fail in the United States, Canada, the rest of the world because of a lack of communication. Why do you think it's going to be any better here? It's not going to be any better here. It's actually going to be increasingly frustrating for you if you can't communicate with them. I know it's every guy's fantasy once in a while to have a woman just all the time, though, not so much. Unreal expectations and essentially not being honest with yourself, okay, about any situation here in Thailand. Now, what I mean by this, guys, is unreal expectations. Guys have heard these crazy stories about, men that have come here. They've met these unbelievably hot, sexy, dynamic young girls. And yeah, they've met them, but I promise you this much. They're draining their bank accounts. They're not in happy, serious, loyal relationships. It's a financial free-for-all is what it is essentially. And what happens is a lot of guys come here and they want someone young, they want someone hot, and they're just not being realistic about it. I have talked many, many times about the proper age group that you should be dating in. You should be dating somebody in your generational. Come on, all right? Here's how I look at it right here. This is pretty simple and basic right there. Take your age. If you are under 60 years old, you should cut your age in half and add 10 years to it. So let's say you're 58 years old, okay? You should be dating a girl who is about 39 years old. How did I get that? I took 58 and divided it in half, which is 29, and then I added 10. Don't date anybody that's younger than that. It's just simply not going to work. And if you're over 60, I would cut the age in half and then add 15. I've seen so many guys in their 60s here that are miserable, absolutely miserable, because they have some young, hot girlfriend and she pays absolutely no attention to them. She's looking everywhere else for somebody else because, well, let's face it, she doesn't want to be with your old wrinkled ass. The only reason she's there is for the money, okay? So back to money. However, the unreal expectations that you put on these girls is beyond belief. And most guys, when they come here, are not being honest with themselves, okay? I have talked so many times about Thai Friendly being just essentially Craigslist for hookers, okay? I know guys right now, I've got a really good friend that's in Pattaya right now, and he's been dating nothing but girls from Thai Friendly, and it has turned out that after 3 or 4 days or 3 or 4 dates, every single time, the girl starts asking for money. One, the very next day, she's bitching at him because he didn't pay her for the night before for having sex. And this is supposed to be a girl that, you know, is not a professional, not a freelance. You got to be honest with yourself, guys. Listen, if you are messaging someone on Thai Friendly and they're willing to come 6 or 7 hours, they're willing to fly somewhere to spend a couple of days with you, and they don't know shit about you, they never met you, but they're going to come and stay with you in your room, and most likely they've told you that they haven't had sex in 7 years. Why it's 7 years, I can't figure that out. But it seems that every single girl in all of these situations that I'm hearing about, it's always, oh, I haven't had sex in 7 years. I don't know why it's 7 years. Again, I think it goes in the freelancer manual handbook that they pass out to these girls. Oh yeah, just tell them it's 7 years because guys are dumb, we'll believe it. We're not honest with ourselves. We have unreal expectations of the girls and what we're looking for in a girl. And then when we meet someone, we're not being honest about why they're meeting us, how they're meeting us, how we're meeting them. This is a big one because, again, guys are sitting there going, well, you know, it would be nice if one liked me, You got to give her time to like you, okay, guys? You know, maybe she does want a few dollars here or a few dollars there. Is it going to kill you to give it to her? You know what? Maybe she just wants a little bit of money to help pay her cell phone bill. It's Thailand. Again, everything is for sale, so you need to understand that. You got to give them time to like you, which brings me to the next reason why it is just so hard to find any type of honest relationship here. Jumping. Let me explain this one to you, okay? Because this one, a lot of guys are like, oh my God, it's so exciting. And no, this one is actually really, really bad. And it is a major reason why you're not able to find true love here. Jumping. Listen, a lot of these girls are desperate to have someone support them, take care of them, essentially just make sure that everything's okay for them. And they will jump into a relationship with anybody. Honestly, I see this all the time. I've actually just gone out, taken someone to dinner to thank them for something, and then the next thing you know, they're falling in love with me, going on about how, oh, we should move in together, we should do this, we should do that, planning a future, and you're like, what? It is shocking how fast the girls will jump into a relationship with a farang who has the ability to support them. This is a bad idea, guys, and listen to me, please. I'm going to tell you something. If you're coming to Thailand, what I would suggest anybody do, your first year here, be a butterfly. Be that guy that, dates several different girls, goes out. Don't jump into the first relationship. So many guys that lose everything here lose it because they come and they meet this girl and they can't believe that she's interested in them. They can't believe how, they're sexually, they just can't believe it because they've never experienced it. But guys, I promise you this much, you can experience it over and over and over again here. Do not jump into the first relationship, okay? It's not going to work, I promise you that much. I know that in your head you're thinking, oh my God, I'd love to have, but you really need to take some time to get to know somebody. And these girls, I'm going to tell you something, they will jump in like that because, again, they need to be supported and taken care of. And you know what? They will take care of you. They'll be nice to you. They'll be kind to you. They're not going to love you. Not right away. It takes a lot of time to build up trust, to build up love, to build up any type of feelings whatsoever. And if a girl is so desperate to jump into a relationship with you, you've really got to question her motives, how long she's going to stay, and is she just going to be jumping and jumping and jumping to the next guy that comes along? I see it all the time, okay? I see these guys come here and they meet a girl, they can't believe how beautiful she is. Next thing you know, after one date, she's moving in with them. 3 or 4 months later, I see the guy, he's absolutely crushed, devastated, going on about how Thailand this, Thailand that, I hate it, I'm going back home, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you didn't listen. Don't just jump into a relationship here, because I'm going to tell you something. The girls that are jumping in, they're the type of girls that you have to worry about this part of it. And guys, we are now at the #1 reason why it is so damn difficult to find love here in Thailand. And again, it's going to shock you because it's not money. It's not communication. It's the one reason why guys come here in the first place. And this is going to shock the shit out of a lot of you that I'm going to say this, but it's completely true. The #1 reason why you can't find love in Thailand. So the #1 reason why it is so hard to find love here in Thailand is actually the #1 reason why most men come looking for love in Thailand. And that is because it's so easy to find here. What I mean by that is this. Listen, once you step off the plane, all of a sudden, you're George Clooney. Every woman here, honestly, is going to look at you like a pork chop. However, in their mind, it's an ATM, but you think, oh, she's looking at me like I'm a pork chop. You have so many options. You have so many choices here. It is absolutely incredible. You will be walking down the street and you will see the most beautiful girl you've ever seen in your life. And then 30 seconds later, you will see a girl 10 times prettier than she was. It just happens all the time. And here's the absolute crazy thing about it. She looks at you and she smiles. She's approachable. Now, I'm going to just flat out say this, okay? Again, I'm not stereotyping everybody. I'm not trying to go anywhere in America or Canada, anywhere in the world, as a, and I hate to use this term, but average basic white guy, or if you're not white, I apologize. I'm talking about me, remember? And just go up to a pretty girl and ask her for her phone number and see how well you make out, okay? I'm going to guess if you went up to 100 girls, you might get 1 or 2 phone numbers. Here in Thailand, you'll get 99 numbers out of 100, okay? It's absolutely staggering, the choices that you as a male have here. And I'm going to tell you something, it fucks with your head. It really does, because you'll be like, you meet someone and you like her, then all of a sudden there's someone who's 10 times hotter than her that's interested in you, or at least She's good enough at convincing you that she's interested in you that you'll forget about the other one and move. I see this all the time, and it's really sad because guys, you know, the options. I remember a comedy routine about Tiger Woods, and the guy was talking about how you've got all these old, disgusting men going on about how reprehensible it is that Tiger Woods did this. And it's because Tiger had the options. Women are throwing at him all the time. And here in Thailand, I'm going to tell you something. They throw it at you everywhere you go, okay? Everywhere you go, women are offering you this, they're offering you that. I'm going to tell you something, okay? On Phuket, I'm extremely well known. There's no question about that. I walk down the street, even the massage girls are like, oh, it's YouTube guy, blah, 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 blah. I get offered the craziest things from the girls walking down the street that you cannot possibly imagine. The willpower to say no is staggering. There's many massage shops that the girls, 3 or 4 of them will come and offer a 8-hand massage to me for free with more than one happy ending. It's in your face all the time. And if you don't have the ability to have willpower, if you don't have the ability to understand this game, it's going to your head really, really bad, okay? Everywhere you go, girls are going to be throwing themselves at you. And it doesn't matter what you look like. I mean, look at me. I ain't George Clooney. I ain't Brad Pitt. I'm more like a cross between a Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Beat the shit out of me. Yeah, it's everywhere. But keep this in mind, guys, too. It's everywhere for her. So if you have a self-esteem problem, or if you have a trust problem, if you have jealousy issues, you're going to suffer here horrifically because these girls get hit on all the time. All the time. Mike and Mooksy. I mean, guys, I'm going to tell you something. When you watch that series, it's going to blow your minds because it's really, really hard. And these girls get hit on all of the time. And I'll be honest with you, again, like I said in the very beginning of the video, if they think that somebody has more money than you do, and they haven't got to the point where they really have developed any type of feelings for you, which they can, believe me, guys, they can develop feelings for you. But if they haven't, she'll be gone like that. She really will. She has as many options as you do. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of guys don't understand this about Thailand. One of the hardest things about coming here, if you're honestly coming to try and find true love, a partner, it's the amount of options that you have. Yes, it's exciting when you first get here, but it's damn overwhelming in the end. And it is, it's the ruin of many men here. And it's killed a lot of relationships. Relationships that, again, like Mike and Mooksy, they should have had, everything should have been good for them after all the shit. But yeah, the choices will just eat you alive. They really will. So that's it, guys. Those are what I think are the 5 major barriers to finding love here in Thailand. I hope you got something out of this video. Again, if you did, hit the subscribe button. It's here, there, somewhere. I don't know where the hell it is. I'm living my best life. I hope you are. If you're not living your best life and you're thinking about coming to Thailand and finding love, I hope this video helped you. If not, well, thanks for watching again. Helps with the algorithm. Till next time, guys. Cheers.